Hey, we're back.
2 years. 2 years.
Sorry, guys.
We're back.
Took a little hiatus. Had a lot going on with the kiddos, which really aren't very little anymore.
One moved out because she's a big girl now.
One is in high school, almost graduating in a year.
And the other one has chosen to not see us quite as often as he used to because he wants to spend time with his friends.
So, while we're still the Fantastic Five,
The adventures have changed a little bit.
it's just going to be the two of us.
Now, hint. Do you know where we might be going today?
Look at what Doug has on. And if you look closely at my shirt, it's definitely something Disney related. You want to tell them?
Not a lot of people realize Mr. Walter Elias Disney was born right here in Chicago, not Missouri, Chicago.
Mm-hmm. So we are going to go to the house that Walt was born in. And yes, he was literally born inside this house.
And I'm telling you, from everything I've heard, when you see the little tiny room that he shared with Roy, it's going to be kind of mind-bending because, from what I understand, it's smaller than the room even our girls shared together while living in our house.
Mm-hmm. So I'm excited. Doug, are you excited?
We are back.
We hope to make this a much more frequent thing again.
And by the way, the Malibu went bye-bye in that 2 years. We now have something cool. His name is Johnny Tracks. We will see you soon.
So when they now look to see if the house was a designated landmark, they found out it was actually just a house with a couple families living in it. So they bought the house, and then they told the Disney company they owned it. So that's what they did. So the house was 2 apartments. So they got together with an architect at the Art Institute to restore the house, to show how it was. The back half of the house that's green was actually added in the 20s when they raised the house to put the basement in. The house was originally on the ground. They were doing the Columbian exhibition on the south side. They needed contractors and stuff, so he came for that. And then he saw there's a lot of opportunity in Chicago, so he brought the family. And they got this piece of land, and this is the outskirts of Chicago, really, at the time. This is the first house to have running water on the inside, actually, at the time. So Walt's mom designed the house, and Walt's dad built it. He also built 2 other houses down the street, and then up around the corner he built a church. And the Disney family was very active in the church, and they were very good friends with the pastor. And when they learned they were having a new baby, they decided if it was a boy, they would name it after the pastor, and the pastor's name is Walt, and that's how he got his name. Yep. He was born up in the front bedroom, which you guys will see. That's the most exciting room in the house. We can't say if he was made there, but we know he was born there. So, well, we don't think they vacationed in Wisconsin Dells, so we're going to guess that he was the whole thing. And Walt was homeschooled while he was here. He lived here till the age of 5. His brother Roy was 9. When they acquired the house, they then had to negotiate with the Disney Corporation about using Walt's name and likeness. So where they landed is that we have permission to use his name and likeness up to the age he lived in the house. That is 5 and 9. So we have 4 major events here in Chicago throughout the year, in addition to our monthly tours, which we started last year in Open Chicago. We have monthly tours, usually the 3rd weekend of the month. It's like $25, and it's an hour-led tour. We welcome group tours. You know, it's good for high school alumni, churches, whatever you want to do, work groups, field trips, and all of that. Let's see, so Open Chicago is one of our 4 annual events. The other is December 5th, which is Walt's birthday. That's a bit more of a neighborhood event where the kids come and we do cupcakes on the front porch and sing happy birthday to Walt. Yep, that's right. And then in April, this next year, we're piloting a new event. We're really trying to do things across the city of Chicago, not just here in Hermosa. So our closest park is Humboldt Park. And actually, Humboldt Park is the center of all city events for Earth Day. So we're going to be doing something for young kids for Earth Day in April at Humboldt Park. It should be really fun. And then in June, we have a big block party here. They close off the street, and that is for Roy's birthday. And that's our biggest event of the year. And then again, we have Open Chicago again. So that's what we're doing. And we're looking to do integrations with the zoo, with Art Institute, really just across the whole city. Yeah, the big focus has been restoring it. The Disney company did give us a grant to restore the house. It's really a labor of love. Like everybody else, we're saving up to buy paint to paint the house. So if anybody wants to make a donation, that's great. If anybody has associations with any foundations, that's great. We're still building those relationships throughout the city. But City of Chicago is very excited about it. They want to promote this like crazy. You know, they think people from all over the world can come. If any-
You guys can click on that QR, it'll bring you right to the website. Here we go. We're heading into Walt's house that he was born in.
So as you go around and do the tour, feel free to double back and ask any questions. This is a self-guided tour, so you're going to pay attention to the frames that are up on the wall in every single room. They'll tell you the function of the room at the time the Disneys lived here, as well as some history. Again, every space has them. Before I forget, photos, videos, all of streaming, whatever is allowed, no restrictions. So feel free to take as many pictures as you want. This is a story not just of Walt, but also of Elias and Flora, Walt's parents. So Elias built the house, they bought the land, he built the house off the drawings that Flora did. So Flora designed the house. So both were, that tells me both were very smart people. The room that you're probably most interested in seeing is directly above us. So all the bedrooms are upstairs. That's Flora and Elias's bedroom, and where Lloyd, Walt, and Ruth, who's the youngest and only girl, were born in. So you'll get to be in that room. Kitty corner to that, you'll see Walt's bedroom, who he shared with Roy. So you hear a lot about how Roy and Walt worked together, and that close bond probably started back this many years ago. So again, I said Elias was a contractor, and in fact that's why he moved here around the time of the 1893 World's Fair to build homes. There was a great need for homes. This house has decorative elements. It has indoor plumbing, which would not have been normal or typical at that time. So as you work your way around in the hallway, there's a frame, read it, but there's a door, you're welcome to open it. And there's not much in there, but that's where the washroom was. So indoor plumbing, very big deal, and that's what leads us to believe that this was used as a show house to get work in addition to just the home that he lived in. The house number is different in the picture here. This is a picture in front of this house, by the way. That's Walt, that's Ruth, and that is in front of the front door. So you walk through where Walt once stood. The numbering system is different because eventually this area was annexed into Chicago and took on Chicago's numbering system. So the house didn't move, it's always been here, that's just the number. A few months ago, the Birthplace started offering paid tours where it would be me or a couple other people, tons of really cool information, the church nearby that Elias helped build, how Walt was named, all that stuff you would learn on that tour. That just started a few months ago, so it's always the last Saturday of every month.
When you come in, you can sign the guest book.
So for people who are just, as a Disney fan, that's what floors me is like. Yeah, you were just kicking your feet up when Walt was born.
That's the guy that started the whole Disney. That's what it's after Walt Disney.
Yeah, that's what it was.
The kid who started it. He started all of it in the Disney Birthplace from the front.
Market Valley. So we're not. No.
Here's the sign about the kitchen, where Flora would prepare all the meals for the family. It's not very large.
Another house in Chicago? There was a duplex, actually. Yeah, people didn't even realize they
Think.
Well, Disney? Really? I wonder if
That's
they
it.
do that afterwards. Wait a second.
Right?
Creepy little space under the stairways.
So the story goes that project's architect didn't know where the washroom was.
Okay.
A Chicago city water employee walked through. They were delivering historical documents and said, "Oh, that's where the washroom was," and that's how it was discovered.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. City water.
And a above the door is the Disney crest. There's an artist that created that for the house. So here's the room that Walt Disney was born in.
Hard to believe it's genius.
There's the closet.
This is amazing. Is that a little restroom?
It's a closet. Here's the sign for Flora and Elias's bedroom.
Where Walt was born.
Here's another bedroom. The little rocking horse in it.
Raymond's bedroom.
So Doug, who are Herbert and Raymond?
Both born before Flora and Elias Disney built the house. Original wood floor planks Elias had put in place bore the markings of the original walls, is what this says.
It's really neat. We have now entered Walt and Roy's bedroom.
But this was a washroom here. That's where the floors were about.
It's actually a very tiny room.
No.
Here's a different angle of Walt's home. And one of the things Doug mentioned was this tree here. Well, Doug, what is this one called?
The wish tree. So those ribbons, little kids have all written wishes on them and put them on the tree. And if you look, you can see a little bit of writing on some of them. Like the bottom pink one and the white one right there. But it probably came off because of the rain, I'm assuming.
It's very cool. So this home is on the corner of Tripp and Palmer.
And Tripp is honorary
Palmer.
Disney Family Avenue.
Right over there. And here's the sign.
I already got ready.
Much like other places, like for example the Indianapolis 500 and their track, where you could buy a brick and put your family's names and things on them, they have two different bricks you could do that. The bigger ones, which take up more space and not as many, or the little ones. The little ones, I was told by one of the workers here, are $100, and the bigger ones are $150.
And they go all the way up
They're
the
going to put it all
walkway to the
across where the grass
stairs.
for the property.
Doug and I were doing some research, and from what we were told on that tour, that this is the church that Walt and his family went to.
It was originally called St. Paul's Congregational Church. It's now known as, excuse my pronunciation, is Iglesia Evangelica Bautista Batina. But this is in fact the church that was St. Paul's that Walt Disney and his family went to when
And
he was a little boy.
the pastor from this church, before Walt was born, his name was Walt, and that is who Walt Disney got his name after. It is really loud over here between the lawn people. I hear someone with their little ice cream cart. But here's the church. It's so weird. We didn't even know that when we parked over here at this intersection. So you guys know how our adventures generally work, right? You know, we go on an adventure. We usually find somewhere to grab some food.
Or we label it up as another adventure in itself.
That too. Well, today is a 2-for-1 adventure. We started with Disney's home, as you saw.
Figure gotta go big or go home.
Well, if you guys have ever watched the Great Food Truck Race
On Food Network or Max, which is where we got to catch up with it.
the winners of season 17 are actually out of Chicago. So we found out that they are going to be
Wally's Waffles.
Wally's Waffles is going to be at Imperial Brewing in Willow Springs.
Willow
So-
Springs I'm not really familiar with, but whatever. It's Sunday.
We have been following them for a while. We are super excited to try some of their food. They are going to be there until 5 o'clock. It is now 3:22. So we're 18 minutes away fingers crossed that we get there and that there's not a huge massive line and we can try some of their amazing food. We'll see you there. Okay, we're pulling up and I see the Wally waffle tent, but I don't see a flippin' food truck.
I don't see a place to park.
There's Wally's Waffles. Oh my god, I cannot wait.
First we need to
Here's
find parking
Imperial
spot.
Oak Brewing. And yeah, it's a little crowded. We'll find somewhere though. Imperial Oak Brewing. So they don't have the truck, but they've got the tent set up. Here's all their prices. There. Now we just wait. Doug just grabbed a card and saw that they do catering for all
Check it out.
occasions.
I'll flip it. Ready?
There's the QR code. See if it'll work for you guys to try to scan it. We're excited, getting closer. Here's our food. We got the orange chicken. There's a waffle under there. I got a churro one. And Doug, what was it? Apple crumble. They look delicious.
Delicious.
Okay, you guys, if you ever come to Chicago and you see Wally's Waffles, you need to go. We've pretty much devoured the orange chicken. This coleslaw is amazing. It's fresh, it's crunchy. The flavors, oh my god. You really taste the orange in there. It is so good.
I can see why they won.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, honestly, I really totally could see why they won.
Yeah, this highly recommend. As you can see, we have not gotten the dessert yet. We will get there in a minute.
I've never eaten anything this good. We have eaten at restaurants with names attached to them that everyone knows. I have never eaten something this heavenly.
Yeah, it's amazing. And my churro one,
Joey, what do you want?
fantastic. I don't know.
Nobody knows.
You guys need to come here. You need to try their food. That's our day.
Unbelievable.
It was awesome to see Walt's childhood home, or where he was born at, his birthplace.
Birth home. To deal without some of the people that were there, you could tell like the free thing brings everybody out.
Ending it with Wally's Waffles. I never come back in a car after eating and being like, wow,
Dude,
I want more.
all I gotta say is dude. And you know it's good when I walk up and say, I see why you guys won.
Yeah.
I literally did, and he's like, thank you.
Yeah, the prices weren't that bad. I was expecting food truck pricing, $25 like they talk about on the show. But the orange chicken was $13.50. The churro waffle was $6.
And the apple was like 9 something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was unbelievable.
Please, you guys, go check out their Facebook page. Follow them.
They won Great Food Truck Race
Season
for
17.
a reason.
Yeah.
The food, like I was telling Christy when we were walking back to the car, like you hear about how good the food is on food shows, Hell's Kitchen, things like that. You're like, I'm never going to try it. You know what I mean? So you're like, was it rigged? Did they deserve to win? Is it made up food? No, trying this? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So, highly recommend it. If you guys have any ideas of places that we should check out, let us know in the comments, because we're always open for suggestions for some new places. And
Love trying food.
yeah, well, not just food, but adventures.
That too. Sorry, food is on
We
my
can
mind.
see where Doug's mind's at.
Can't blame me.
But let us know. Give us some suggestions and places you'd want us to check out or you think would be fun, and we'll see if we can make that happen.
We are people of the people.
So always remember, you guys,
Find an adventure in all that you do.
Until
Later.
next time.